So you have a Master of Science in Human Performance, Strength, and Conditioning. How important are strength training and conditioning, not only to one's physical health, but also their mental and emotional health? And a follow-up question to that is, do you have any stories of when your resilience was established from strength training and got you through a stressful time or situation?
I'm going to take the second part of the question first. So the second part of the question is talking about like a stressful time that got me through, using strength training.
Right.
So I'm gonna rewind. So we brought up 2013. So 2013 was when I got back from Afghanistan. I was out there serving with the 2nd Combat Engineer Battalion, the Marine Corps, out of Lejeune. And I was also serving with the 7th Rifles, British Brigade Operations Company, and some of the SAS guys from England, United Kingdom, whatever that whole island is called. When I got back, I was having debilitating back pain. I had basically been carrying a ruck, and I'm not exaggerating when I say I'm talking 100 pounds a year. And we were doing dismount missions that would either last hours or days. And when I got back, I was just in pain. I was trying to go to the clinic. I affectionately call the medical group the medical hobby shop. That is 100% because of my time in 2013, just trying to get help. And I finally, you actually mentioned Alan Thrall, and it's really funny that you bring that up because watching YouTube, I saw Alan Thrall, and I was like, oh, that's cool. He's a former pallbearer. He's out doing content now. I know fitness is important, but I never took it seriously.
And a prior Marine.
Yeah, and a prior Marine, yeah. And so I started kind of following his page, and then that ran into Never Sate, which is Brian Alsru's page, which he is just wildly inspirational. He's a former, I think he's an agency guy or something. He's very hush-hush about his past, but through those two gateways, as well as a really great physical therapist that I wish I remembered his name, big strapping dude for physical therapists, like not your traditional, like, let me shove a needle in you. Not that I hate that. I actually like the dry needling, but he was like, yeah, the reason you hurt is because you're weak. And I'm editing what he said here. So he's like, basically, you're weak. You're a whiner. Shut up. Let's lift some weights. And so those three were kind of my trifecta that got me started actually doing strength training in a way that was productive in nature. Because before that, I would do what I think a lot of military people do when they go to the gym. So one, we teach running because it's the easiest thing to get 1,000 people to do at the same time. So I would go when I would run, I'd come back, I'd be sweating, I'd be like, all right, cool. So like that machine's open, I'll go do leg extensions. And then like that machine's open, I'll go do whatever, right? So you just basically wander around the gym doing the machines.
Or when it's pizza on your own, everyone just goes, we'll go do bench press.
Yeah, bench press, yeah. I was actually, that's what I'm about to get to, or like the bench press, or like, well, I'm going to do decline bench press today because, I want to hit the lower pec versus the upper pec, and like trying to get all like bro science scientific. And I took it seriously, and I kind of simplified everything, and I was like, all right, cool, so simple, hard, and effective. Let's make training that's simple, hard, and effective, and that basically got me to where I was laying down in our training room multiple times a day during shift. I had like 5 ice packs I'd bring to work, and the only way I could get through work was to go upstairs, lay down in the training room, lay on those ice packs for like 15 minutes, and then I was like numb enough to continue. The only other way outside of that, so like when I would go to training events, because there's a lot of pride in this too, right? Like I'm a staff sergeant who is leading a section, supervising like 5 airmen at the time, and I'm not going to go on no profile because mama didn't raise no. That was my attitude. And so like I would go to training events, and the only way I could get through some of those training events, because I should have been on profile, like just straight up, like I was not walking right, as I would.
And I don't think people, like now it's different. Sorry to cut, like there was a stigma back then.
Oh yes,
right, like hardcore.
I still am guilty of that stigma with myself. So like right now I'm actually at an AMRO process, potentially facing another med board, and I probably should be on profile, but I stepped up and took I was coming up due at the end of the month for my fitness test earlier this week, actually. And I came up to our PTL the week before, and I was like, hey, I need a PT test. So we did my FSQ. And he's like, are you on profile? And in my head, I'm like, well, my elbow's screwed. My shoulder's still a little bit screwed. My back is absolutely screwed. Nah, I'm fine. And I ended up going out there and just muscling through and taking my PT. So not the right thing to do, but I'm guilty of this and I'm willing to admit it, but this is kind of a blind side for me, is I refuse to be put on a physical imaging profile because I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, he's one of those that's, became whatever grade and like suddenly he's just not going to do PT anymore. Like that is not my attitude. Well, anyways, I took my PT test in 17 minutes, start to finish, and got like a 93. So
Was this the hammer run?
yeah, I don't do that mile and a half crap.
The hand release push-ups.
No, I didn't do the hand release. Just did the traditional.
Okay, gotcha.
It's easy to max at my age. So yeah, that's a super long answer with tons of segues there. But the original question was, help me through a time, and I would say that learning how to strength train really did help me through a time. And it brought me to where I'm at today, with the home gym scene, with my own physicality, with how I compete, with how I train people,